Okay, student, the next thing is interlinking production across countries. Now, how the MNCs are interlinking their production across countries, and how Apple they're interlinking their production. What they are doing, they are providing money or they are spending to buy assets such as land, building, machines, and other equipments. That is called investment. And the investment done by foreign companies is called foreign investment or FDI, foreign direct investment. So MNC is exerting a strong influence on the production of distant location. Now, students, what MNCs do? There is one thing, one example in your book, that is of Parag Foods and Cargill Foods. Now, Parag Foods have their own four for oil refineries. Okay, they have a good name in the country. Now, what the MNCs do? They come and buy a stake in Parag Foods Limited or give them money to buy some assets. Now, at the end, what they do? They fully acquire the Parag Foods, and now Cargill is the largest manufacturer of oil in India. Why this so? This is a strategy of MNCs. Like you can take an example of Coca-Cola. Now what Coca-Cola do? Coca-Cola is a foreign based company. The brands named as Thumbs Up and Limca, these were Indian brands. Okay, when they come to India, they see that our Coca-Cola is not so famous as Thumbs Up. So what we have to do? So now what we can do? They do? They acquire these brands. They acquire these brands from their owners and then start their markets. So this is the main thing of MNCs, that what MNCs do by setting up partnership with other companies like Cargill with Parag, by using local companies for supplies. Like I am an MNC and I want to sell my products. So what I will do? I will find a local person who can sell my things easily. So that's why I will use a local supply company by closely competing with local companies and buying them up. Okay, like I made a product like a company is selling notebooks and I am an MNC and I am also comes to selling the notebooks. My quality is good then and my rate should be higher, but what I do, I make my thing cheap, so people start buying. When people are addicted of my thing, then I will raise my price. Okay, what will you do? Then it will destroy the company and at the end I will buy the company. Okay, that's clear. Next, there is one other thing. MNCs set up production jointly with local companies, which benefits local companies in the following ways. Sometimes the MNCs order, like you have heard the name Hero Honda. Okay, firstly they were a single company. Hero was Indian company and Honda was Japanese company, but now Hero and Honda break their ties up. Hero is different and Honda is different. Why? Because firstly Honda don't want to set up an automobile plant in India, so they joined with Hero. But now they have made up a lot of profits in the last years, so they have made up their different plants. Next, first, MNCs can provide money for additional investment like buying new machines for faster production. Second, MNC might be them with the latest technology of production. But what happens sometimes now, they like Honda comes to India. Okay, they provide Hero with good engines. Okay, good engines, good bodies, good metallic structure, good designs. Okay, now what they are giving them money or they are giving them design to buy the new things or to get the new investment. So this is a strategy of MNCs. Okay, students, it's all clear. Okay, students, next is the foreign trade and integration of markets. But what do we mean by this? Now, foreign trade had creates an opportunity for producers to reach beyond the domestic markets. Okay, now what if we are going to the market and we are getting just two brands of drink? The one is the Thumbs Up and second is the Limca. So we will have to depend upon these markets, and the producers of Thumbs Up and Limca, they are just selling this in the local market. But when the foreign MNCs come or the foreign trade was started, what happened? We are having so much different brands. What to do? To do choice. Also, if the local brands are selling their things in abroad, they are having a foreign trade, then and their trade is increasing. So that is you can say that the advantage of MNCs. There is both advantage to the consumer as well as the producer. The consumer is getting different brands, different things, and he is having a lot of things to choice. He can buy the things as his or her pocket allows. And the producer, he can sell his things in different countries, okay, different states. By this he can earn good amount of profit. Okay, next is globalization. Now what do we mean by globalization? Globalization is a process of rapid integration or interconnection of countries. MNCs are playing major role in the place of globalization process. Now how this is done? Okay, in globalization there is by globalization a single company like a company from India, Reliance or Tata company from India is connecting to the whole world by what process? By process of globalization. Next, more and more goods and services, investment and technology are moving between countries. Obviously, if in US a company from US is coming to India, it will take investment, it will take their people, it will take their technology, it will take their standards, everything they will take. And if a company from India is going, the same they will take. Okay students, next is there is one more way in which the countries can be connected. This is through the movement of people between countries, that is called immigration and emigration. Okay student, immigration and emigration. Okay, like people from our country are, if they are going to different countries, then for our country it's emigration and from their country it is immigration. A lot of students are going these days on visa to study in different countries. Okay ji. Next is factors that have enabled globalization. Students, there are different factors that have enabled globalization. Okay, first one is the technology. Now why technology? The communication, mainly the communication which have improved to communicate with others. Like if I want to get any product, I will make an order online. Okay, that will come to my home and I will get a choice of products. Second, there is also fast delivery for a product, that if I want something, it will get me in 2 days, 3 days. Okay, or if there is a special thing, it will come in 5 to 7 days. So everything is easily available to us, not me, us. Okay, for everyone. Next is the liberalization of foreign trade and foreign investment policy. Now students, what do we mean by this? Firstly, when India got independence, we are having a protection policy. Now what is a protection policy? It means that we will not allow any other country to sell their products in India. Why? Because to save our local producers. But what happen if you are not buying products of other country, then the other countries will also not buy your products. So because of this, we are just left with 7 days foreign exchange to buy goods, to buy oil, to buy pesticides, to buy chemicals. So what Dr. Manmohan Singh at that time was the finance minister of India, and he introduced the policy of LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization. Globalization we are reading, liberalization we will read, and what is privatization? To allow private sectors to participate in the industrial. Now what is mean by liberalization? That the country have changed its taxation policy so as to increase the foreign trade. To increase the foreign trade. Okay, now tax on imports is an example of trade barrier. Now the country have what they have done, they have removed their trade barrier so that the other industries or companies may come to India and trade, and our exports also increase. And there is one other thing, some things are bilateral trade. We have heard this in that there are bilateral trade between India and Russia. So it means that the amount Russia will get, the amount of goods Russia we will import to Russia, Russia have to also export the same amount of goods to us. Okay students.